Hello, business building warrior. Welcome to Silent Sales Machine Radio, the only podcast on all of e-commerce that I'm aware of that features hundreds of interviews with people who are succeeding by doing the things that are learned on the podcast. That's right. It's a flywheel of ideas and success stories around here. That's what we do. But it's the weekend right now, which means it's just you and me hanging out for a couple minutes. And what we do pretty much most weekends, every Saturday for the most part, the past few months, is some current announcements, current events, stuff you really need to be aware of right now because it's important and it's timely. So listen to Saturday episodes every week, at least the first few minutes. After that, the rest of the episode is designed specifically for the brand new listeners. If you've never listened to more than 2 or 3 episodes of our podcast, or maybe you're brand new, listen to the whole thing today because I really break down what the opportunities are that are represented by this community, by the podcast you're listening to right now. If you weren't aware, we've got a Facebook group with about 82,000 people in it. We're deploying all kinds of creative internet income strategies. Great people working from home, building businesses that they're proud of, sharing the ideas with each other. That Facebook group is completely free. Jump over to silentjimdotcom, get into our Facebook group. You'll see for yourself 2,500 success stories from people talking about the businesses they've built and that sort of thing. But I'll save the rest of that newbie content for the remainder of our show after I get into some important announcements. So here's what's going on. I've got 3 things for you. First, probably most importantly, because the clock is ticking, the Orlando event that we've been planning for months and months now, it's coming together. The last 3 days of May 2025, that's the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of May 2025, you have got to get to Orlando. No exceptions, no excuses. All business building warriors must attend. We have a lineup of incredible topics and speakers. Here's why this event is consistently voted the top event for resellers in the world. Because the training is people who are doing the stuff that they're talking about. It's not people with books or theories or famous people on YouTube there to entertain you. We don't do that. We come to learn, to equip each other, to encourage each other, and to hang out with people who are doing the business. It's a very newbie-friendly environment. If you've never been to one of our events before, you're going to absolutely love it. We've got a special committee set up just to make sure that all the newest of newbies don't feel lost or overwhelmed or confused about where they should go. We've got a whole committee of people there. They'll be wearing special buttons so you can find them easily. They're there to help you because it's going to be hundreds of us. We're taking over a resort. The rooms are only $109 a night, guys. You've got to get there. That's announcement number 1. Go to this website. Are you ready? It's 3 words long. Ready? TheProvenConference.com. It has all the details. Lock in your $109 room rate at the resort. We've booked over 1,000 room nights at this hotel already. Can you believe that? It's going to be an incredible event. You've got to come and join us. Hang out with us. The last 3 days of May, the event again, website is TheProvenConference.com. See all the great topics, the great speakers, incredible sponsors who've made it possible. And here's the best part. I forgot to mention, if you've never been to our event before and you're a little concerned, skeptical, not sure if it's for you, or maybe money's a little tight, I've got great news. We have a whole bunch of scholarships still available. Because of the generosity of our incredible sponsors, you can come to the event at no cost. That's right. Get to the website, get the details, theprovenconference.com. We want you there. We want to show off this incredible community. We want you to be a part of it. That's the first thing. Next, we're doing a live stream Monday, a training. This is completely free, a training on Monday. There's a link in the show notes today, right below. So go to silentjim.com or this video if you're watching it. Look for the episode show notes. There's a link to a Zoom that's happening on Monday, April 28th. Now, if you can't make it live, we'll do our best to post that recording in our Facebook group. Just pop in there and ask for it. Again, a link to our Facebook group at silentjim.com. Pop in and say, hey, where's the recording from the 28th? Someone will point you in the right direction, okay? But we really want you there live because it's going to be great Q&A. Check it out. Here's what we're doing. We're going to be talking to a $3 million Amazon Replens seller. That's a reseller. That's someone who's out finding underserved shelf space on Amazon at scale, sourcing from everyday, boring retail stores, every day boring websites online and built a $3 million business. But that's not the best part. They're going to show you the exact tools that they use, the exact system that they're running, how they find up to dozens of great ASINs in any given sitting. Live, free training, no strings attached. Just come, show up, watch it. It's going to be very validating for you to see someone who's doing it at scale. So there's a link, again, in the notes today. Join us Monday, April 28th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. New York time, Monday the 28th. If you miss it, get into our Facebook group. We'll try to post the recording there as soon as possible afterwards. One last announcement, then we're going to jump into the newbie-friendly portion of our program today, and that is just for the newest listeners. But here's the last announcement. Right now, we're running a sale on ProvenDigitalSourcing.com. It's 90% off. Now, this course is included in our Proven Amazon course library. So if you're already a Proven Amazon course student, meaning you've gone to ProvenAmazonCourse.com, you signed up for our $39 per month program there that gets you access to our entire library. Well, you've already got this course. By the way, that $39 a month will be going up soon, significantly. Lock in your $39 a month rate now, because when the price changes, all the new people from that point forward will be paying significantly more per month. Now's your chance to lock in $39 per month on Proven Amazon course. If you've been delaying, wondering if you should do this, yes, you should do it. Right now is the best time to do it. We've had podcast episodes lately near this one on either side of it talking about how Amazon reselling is exploding. A lot of the same factors we saw during COVID are coming into place now, meaning there's price discrepancy and uncertainty in the market. There's lack of different products. Some products are available, some products aren't. All that fluctuation in inventory levels and pricing disparity means massive opportunities for resellers. That's us. So while people who are trying to import from other nations, they're kind of getting beat up. Huge resellers are getting beat up, feeling the pinch. You know who's not feeling the pinch? You know who's have wide open opportunity in front of them? The small guys. That's us, the little resellers. Now's the time. The next 2 to 4 years are going to be arguably, and I'm not the only one saying this, many experts are saying this as well, arguably the greatest time to be a reseller in all of e-commerce history. That's what's coming. Now's the time to get into the Proven Amazon course, learn this business model, wade in nice and slow at your own pace. But one of those modules that I started to tell you about is called Proven Discontinued Sourcing.com. Learn to spot the hot selling items that are about to be discontinued. Buy them up, hold them for a couple of weeks, a few weeks, a month or so at the longest, flip them for huge profits. There's people doing that at scale in our community. We've broken the whole system down, how you can find these. And it's a beautiful, shareable thing too. So the people who are doing it can kind of do it together. It's really fun because in your part of the world, you can get a bunch of them, but you can't necessarily get them without traveling. So, hey, why not have a group of people sharing these ideas? It's a great concept. It's a very community-friendly concept. And we break it all down for you at 90% off at ProvenDiscontinuedSourcing.com. Well, I think that's it. One last reminder, join us Monday, the 28th, April 28th at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time for free training on how a $3 million Replens seller is finding numerous leads to resell on Amazon per sitting and dumping them all into a software tool that helps them track the entire thing. You'll want to be a part of that special training. I'll put some links in the show notes today so you can go check it out. And you can see the conversation. People are getting excited ahead of time. We've got hundreds of people said, yep, I'm going to be there. There's a conversation in our Facebook group right now. I'll stick a link to that too in the notes. So enjoy the rest of the episode. The rest of it is, like I said earlier, just primarily for those newer listeners who aren't quite sure what we do here and why they should be listening. I'm going to really break it down for you what the huge opportunities are in e-commerce right now. Based on our 23 years of experience, we've never seen anything like what we're stepping into right now. And we'd love to introduce that to you so you can wade in at your own pace, taking tiny little risks, getting proof of concept at every step, spending very little money. There's a bit of a learning curve, but it's nothing you can't handle. You've heard hundreds of other people on our show who have built incredible businesses doing the stuff that we're about to show you. So hang on for the rest of the show. Hey, have a great rest of your weekend. It's an honor to spend a little bit of time with you. Hope it's a beautiful one for you. We have some all new, fresh episodes coming for you next week. Talk to you then. Hey, welcome to the weekend update for new listeners to the Silent Sales Machine Radio podcast. We like to produce this episode each Saturday, each weekend, because we know every week we add a whole bunch of new listeners to this show and a whole bunch of new students to our community. Our Facebook group grows every week by a few hundred people. So if you're one of those new people who is new to this podcast, new to our community, you're going to really enjoy spending a few minutes getting to know the basics of what this community is all about, what we have to offer, a lot of the free resources, the inexpensive resources, and if you want to go further, faster, some of the higher end opportunities that we have for you as well. I'm going to cover all of that in this segment with you. My name is Jim Cockrum. Thanks for listening to this show. I started this podcast several years ago, and the premise of the show for the past several years has been the same, and that is we want to interview the successful students who have emerged from this community, who have deployed the strategies we teach here and share their very real, very raw stories. Hold nothing back. The painful parts, the challenges, the good parts, the triumphs. And the good news is we have hundreds of those episodes. As I'm recording this episode today for you, we're approaching 1,000 episodes in our community, and we've interviewed hundreds. The vast majority of those 1,000 episodes have been success stories from students of this community. If you get into our free Facebook group, which there's a link near this video or audio that you're watching today or listening to, where you can go jump into our free Facebook group. As I'm recording this, we're at about 77,000 people in that group. You will see thousands of success story posts from our students. We don't solicit those posts. They just voluntarily share the trajectory and the success of their businesses as they deploy the ideas that you're about to hear on today's episode. So to recap, if you're wanting to use the internet to launch and grow multiple streams of income, if you're wanting to find very creative ways to add income to your life without taking big risks, without a long, lengthy learning curve, and you want to deploy ideas that are proven and being tested by a large group of others and used every day to build real businesses, you've come to the right place. We've been doing e-commerce coaching and training for over 20 years. As a matter of fact, the coaching program under my name, you can see a link to it at silentjimdotcom, is the longest running e-commerce coaching program in the world. To our knowledge, 22 years takes the record away from anyone else out there doing e-commerce business coaching. We've had a very simple premise from day one. I've had the same coaching director running that operation from day one. Our goal, starting at the very beginning, 22 years ago, all the way through 10,000 students at this point, maybe you are our next student, has been we want to create success stories. That's the only way we measure our success. It's not the conversion rate or how many new students we get into the system. It's how many success stories are we generating? Are the ideas that we're teaching, the concepts we're teaching, going to the right people who are positioned correctly to take advantage of the ideas and build real businesses and then share those stories with others? That's what we do here. We create success stories. We want you to be our next one. So let's talk about the landscape of opportunities that are available to you. And before I do that, I want to give you a free resource. If you like what you hear today and you want to hear more and you want to dive deeper into the philosophy behind why we do it the way we do it around here and some of the very specific opportunities that we've identified and how you can get started with those and help you maybe shape what the next best step is in your e-commerce and online journey, well, there's a free book that I want to put in your hands. It's sold over 1 million copies. On Amazon, there's several thousand 5-star reviews. We're not selling it on Amazon currently. We're actually giving it away to anybody who wants it completely free. Download. You can use your phone and grab it. I want you to go to this website, silentjim.com, J-I-M, that's my name, silentjim.com/free11, the 2 numbers, 11, free 11. That gets you version 11 of that book. It's been updated 11 times. I've updated it over the years as the great leaders on our team and I have learned incredible lessons, educating a large community of others on how to use the internet creatively to launch and grow the business of your dreams, to launch multiple income streams. There's a lot of great lessons. It's not common sense. It's very practical. One of my favorite chapters is all the really bad ideas that you'll probably end up pursuing if you don't pay attention to a group of people who know what they're doing. One of the other concepts I introduced in the book that I'll give you a little insight into right now is the best way to know if the idea you're about to pursue online, the income business idea, is legitimate or not. Great way to know if it's legitimate is to ask the people who are promoting it or talking about it, hey, where can I go to hang out with a large group of others who are actively doing this business right now, succeeding, failing, finding the challenges and the struggles with this business model? Where can I go to hang out with that group of people who are speaking transparently about the opportunity, being led by people who are successfully doing the business, engaged in open conversation? Well, there's not a lot of opportunities out there for you to hang out in a group like that, unfortunately. To my knowledge, there's very, very few groups like that. What we have is, again, to my knowledge, the largest group like that for the lowest hanging fruit business opportunity of our times. We live in a very special time. I call right now the greatest time in human history to be alive if you're trying to launch and grow a business or launch and grow multiple income streams because of the internet. And we've got this community of people who interact all day, every day. We've got Facebook groups. We've got other smaller mastermind groups. We'll tell you more about those kinds of things later. But the free Facebook group, again, there's a link at silentjimdotcom. 77,000 of us, as I'm recording this, talking very openly all day, every day about ideas like Amazon, Walmart, eBay, some of the other incredible opportunities that come through our community. We call them proven concepts because before we ever introduce them to this community, we test them, not just with a few people, but with a large group of people, and then we roll them out to the rest of the group. So a great way to avoid making any really big, stupid mistakes and trying to grow a business and earn income online is to be a part of a group of people who are already doing the ideas that you're thinking of pursuing. Ask them the hard questions, hang out and observe, get on the phone with them, spend some time going over the details. And that's what we do all day, every day here. That's what our Facebook group is all about. Inside that group, you're going to find hundreds, probably thousands of people who are all day, every day using the internet, in many cases, as their only source of income, building creative strategies into their routine, into their lives that produce the great incomes that they want to have. Now, there's a lot of different directions I could go at this point, but I'm going to try to keep this as short and simple as possible. This is a weekend update. You've got other things going on this weekend. Maybe you're listening to this in the background as you're doing other things with your life. So I want to make a few vital key points that you can take away. You can have some action items in mind, some things that you can go do that will help you know if this community, if this podcast, if what we do here is right for you. So one of the homework assignments I want to give you is to listen to 10, 20, maybe 30 or more episodes of this podcast. That may seem like a big commitment, but I think what you're going to start to notice is this is either for you or it's just not. Within 5 or 10 episodes, you should get a vibe of whether what we've got going on here is for you or not. And here's some of what makes this community different than maybe some other e-commerce business opportunity communities that you've been a part of. First, I've already mentioned the fact that we transparently have everyone in one big group where we can all hang out and discuss and talk and share the results, share the pain points, the transparency, the size. Another one is the length of time we've been doing this. Again, I mentioned 22 years. Now, we haven't been teaching Amazon strategies for 22 years. We've been focused on Amazon for only about 14 years or so. But we're a multiple income stream community. To this day, we talk about all the platforms that are out there. So part of your homework is to listen to a good handful of episodes and then decide, are you wanting to pursue a project that you already have in mind, a business idea that you already have in mind? Are you already trying to build another business, something that you're focused on? Or are you open to taking instructions and going down a path, a proven path that we've seen work over and over and over again? Am I saying it's guaranteed to work for absolutely everyone? Of course not. We can't make that kind of promise, but I can share the facts and the data that tell us that it is, that explains why we see this as the most compelling, greatest possibilities of all the other e-commerce opportunities that are out there. There's more opportunity here than there is anywhere else in e-commerce and in online business. That's where I want you to decide if you want to focus on the most proven, established opportunity with the greatest paved road, laying out the steps you need to take, or do you want to kind of do your own thing? If you want to do your own thing, that's great. We're still here. We still love hearing the ideas. You're going to find a lot of good friends in this community, people doing all kinds of creative things online. We want you as part of this community. But we spend a lot of time helping new sellers who have maybe tried a whole bunch of different things that never worked. A bunch of people who are frustrated. They've thrown money at programs. They've tried business concepts. Some people have even invested in franchises, businesses that have fallen flat. We love bringing those people in. We call ourselves a burn unit for entrepreneurs who've been frustrated. And then we put them on a path of a proven process that starts you down a journey of what we call helping fill the underserved shelf space at Amazon's hundreds of United States-based warehouses. That's right, you're helping fill underserved shelf space at the hundreds of Amazon warehouses. What does that mean? I'll talk to you more about that in just a moment. But once you've got that basic foundational business principle down, you've laid the groundwork to launch into any of a great number of other opportunities. You're going to be building great relationships along the way, making great connections along the way, establishing your confidence, kind of learning how the world of e-commerce works, earning while you learn the basics. And it's not going to cost you a lot of money or time to do this. This is not a rocket science business model, but it is a very predictable model that opens up a lot of doors for you. Inside our learning portal library, we call it the Proven Amazon Course Library. You can read more about it at provenamazoncourse.com. You will see that we have a heavy emphasis on getting all the new sellers, anyone who's never succeeded before, into the same business model where we teach you the basics, where you put money in the bank. Some people stay there. We have people with multiple seven-figure businesses who have stayed right there. Speaking of which, there's some recent great content that we created. You can go to silentjimdotcom/1000. That's 1000, the number written out, and see step by step everything you need to have your first $1,000 day on Amazon. I really break it down step by step. And it's all about that initial business model that gives you the foundation that you can use to launch into some of the other opportunities. So once you're in our learning portal, you're learning the basics, you're putting some money in the bank, you're earning while you learn. Some people, again, stay right there. But you're going to see, though, in that learning library is all kinds of other modules that are slightly more advanced in many cases. They require a level of base knowledge and an established maybe maturity with e-commerce before you can launch into some of these other models. Talking about things like building your own brand or getting into wholesale selling, helping other brands make a presence online, helping brands get onto Amazon or navigate their Amazon presence. It requires some skill, some experience, some connections, some momentum before you can jump into those other models. But those other models are all wildly popular, very huge opportunities that are available to you once you know the basics. So because this is a weekend episode, I'm not going to dive into all the specific details of all those other models. I just want to give you an overview of the landscape of this community that you're deciding if you want to engage with. We'd love to have you be a part of it. Actually, we'd love to have a phone call with you, have a conversation, maybe a Zoom session if you're open to it, where we talk to you about the landscape of opportunities that are available to you. Talk about where you are now, where you're trying to get, and what tools and resources, either free or very inexpensive, or maybe one-on-one coaching that makes the most sense for you. If you want to have that free phone call with us, there's going to be a link in the show notes for today's episode, but you can also go to silentjim.com/book a call. All one word, book a call. Calendar will pop up. Pick a day that's convenient for you, pick a time that's convenient for you, and we will contact you at that time. Let's have a conversation. There's also on that page a phone number. You can text us anytime and someone will respond. There's an 800 number. Call us anytime. We'd love to have a conversation with you right now. Now, if you're listening to this on a Saturday, there may or may not be anybody around, but let's schedule a time to get together and have that conversation so we can help you as we've helped so many thousands of others. Okay, so what have we covered so far? Quick recap. There are some incredible opportunities in the world of e-commerce. We've been teaching it longer than anyone else. We've got a wide variety of different programs that we can teach you, but we like to start everyone at the same place, unless you have a really good, compelling reason to go a different route, and we can help you. We've certainly had people come to us with brands and products that they've already committed to, and they need help building those and launching them and doing it right. We can help with that, but we'd much prefer to have people come in as a clean slate, and we can really help you avoid all the mistakes, avoid spending a ton of money on ideas that just don't work out. We don't do that here. We make two big promises. In fact, we've been doing this for over 22 years. From day one, we've made two big promises to everyone in our community. One is we're not going to require you to spend a whole bunch of money now and hope it all works out later. We don't do that here because the way the internet changed the game is you don't have to take big risks anymore. You can test small, ease in nice and slow, get proof of concept, get your confidence, earn while you learn, and then you look over your shoulder a few months from now and you've put money in the bank while learning some great skills without taking any big risks. That's how the internet changed the game. So that's the one big promise we make is you're not going to have to spend a whole bunch of money and hope it works out later. The other big promise is you're not going to have to learn a whole bunch of new technical skills. We break our processes down into plans, actionable plans that you can follow so you can learn from others who are doing it. You can be in a room full of other people who are actively doing the same thing you are online in a new expansive opportunity. And you can follow a proven system that takes you from where you are now to where you want to be. And if this was all just theory, if you were talking to me 22 years ago, like, yeah, Jim, that sounds great. I hope it works out for you someday. Well, we've been doing this for 22 years, though. We've got, and you can research and find and listen to past podcast episodes of hundreds of people who have followed the programs that we've taught, and they've built beautiful businesses. We can't promise anything. We can't guarantee anything. But if you got the work ethic and the commitment to tackle business, which is always risk, if you didn't know that, business is always risk. That's what an entrepreneur is. It's someone who takes risks with capital. You want a better future, so you take risks today. That's what an entrepreneur is. If you're someone who's willing to do that and follow what we call the low, low, high model of e-commerce opportunity, low risk, low investment required, low education curve, high odds of success models that we teach here, well, you're going to step into one of the most expansive opportunities that we've been able to identify in the entire world. We've got loads of evidence of it, but let me talk to you a little bit with some facts and data about the Amazon business opportunity. I told you earlier about helping Amazon fill the underserved shelf space in its hundreds of warehouses. So check this out. Amazon is by far the largest e-commerce powerhouse in the United States, if you weren't aware, in North America for sure as well. But let's talk US specifically, which is where we want most of our students, the vast majority of them, to start. Even if you live outside the US, we want you to start selling in the US for the vast majority of our students. Canada, UK, some exceptions there. We've got students all over the world, however, who buy and sell on Amazon in the US all day, every day, without ever seeing or touching their inventory. They live outside the US somewhere, and they're doing this because of the resources that we've compiled for them. But check this out. So Amazon is about half of all retail online, approximately. But did you know that online retail in the United States is still, as I'm recording this, only about 20% of all retail in the US? Meaning 80% of all buying in the United States is done traditional retail. Get in the car, go to the store, brick and mortar, we call it. That's 80% of retail. Now, it's not going to be that way for long. Amazon, which is about half of all online spending, is quickly growing, as are other e-commerce websites. They're growing. They're eating more of that retail pie. E-commerce is exploding. Why do I point this out? Because one of the big objections we get often is, well, I'm late to the game. eBay's been around for 25 years or however long it is, and Amazon's been around I'm too late to the game. No, the game is growing faster than there are players at this point. E-commerce is exploding. It is the future. More people are staying home and shopping more. You see more Amazon trucks on the road. Amazon's building more warehouses. The future is trending towards more warehouses with more empty shelf space. And what do I mean by empty shelf space? Let me explain what I mean by that. Imagine, if you will, and this is one of the basic business models that we teach all new sellers. It's important for you to grasp this. Imagine a busy mom who has a birthday party tomorrow. Let's say it's Friday at 2:00, and she has a Saturday birthday party at 3, 24 hours from now for her daughter. And she's got everything except 2 special toys that she really needs. She can spend the rest of her Friday going from Walmart to Walmart, maybe hit a Target, maybe hit another store near her, and hope they have that perfect toy, that doll that maybe she's asking for. Or she can pull up the Amazon app, do a quick search, and find out if there happens to be any super fast delivery near her from one of Amazon's hundreds of warehouses. See, she's not at that point shopping Amazon's hundreds of warehouses. She needs it fast. She's shopping the one warehouse closest to her. ideally 2 to 4 hour delivery. So for those who are thinking that selling on Amazon means competing against all the other sellers out there selling on Amazon, you're not. At that point, if you happen to be the one seller who has one unit of inventory closest to that one shopper, you're going to make the sale because your inventory is sitting in an Amazon warehouse. That's what fulfillment by Amazon is. That's what we're going to teach you to do. We're going to teach you to send inventory to Amazon's warehouses a few units at a time, even one unit at a time. And then when a sale is made, you get paid. Amazon handles all the work on the back end. You just find it, buy it, ship it to Amazon, and you wait for it to sell. And we teach you how to find the best inventory to sell, how to help fill the underserved shelf space at Amazon's hundreds of warehouses. That's what we do here as the basic level opportunity, Amazon selling opportunity that opens up all these other doors of opportunity for you later. So let's go back to the story with the mom. She needs that gift. Do you think she's willing to pay a little more than she would if she had to go to Walmart, 2 or 3 different Walmarts, and find a Target and hope they had it and call around? Do you think she's willing to pay an extra $10, $15, maybe even $20 or more for the convenience of having it on her front porch a couple hours later? Yeah, she is. So the person selling her that doll through Amazon's warehouse doesn't have to be the cheapest price. They don't even have to be among the cheapest prices. They could be among the most expensive prices for all the people who are selling that particular doll. Let's say there's 50 other sellers selling that same product. Each of them have 2 or 3 units they've sent into Amazon's warehouses. But only one seller wins the sale that day. It's the seller who had the unit closest to that busy mom. So once you learn how to help fill the underserved shelf space and price accordingly, there are literally millions of products that are understocked, underserved shelf space at Amazon. That's the basic model we teach you. And the beauty of teaching you that model is you can take very tiny risks, wade in nice and slow. We use the analogy of a swimming pool around here quite often. If you imagine a swim park that has stuff for everything from toddlers who can barely walk all the way up to Olympic divers who can go off a 90-foot platform. They've got everything in between at this park. We start you off with the basics, and you go as quickly as you'd like through the steps. As a matter of fact, the thing we say about our coaching program is it's designed for people who are ready to go further faster. You want to go from the kiddie pool to the swimming laps to the diving off the high dive as quick as possible. You've got the margin in your life. You've got the determination, the money, the motivation. You're ready to go. You're a disciplined person. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Hey, we'll get you into coaching and we'll make you move through those steps very quickly. Or you can go at your own pace. We have people who stay years in the kiddie pool and build a great side income. A few extra $100 a week. That's great. We love it. No matter what works for you, we're here to help you out. But we don't take any new swimmers and take them to the high dive side of the park and throw them off 30-foot high dive. That's just not good for anyone. It's a terrible experience, ruins our reputation, hurts the swimmer, obviously, and makes the swimmer unfortunately think that there's nothing to this whole swimming thing because they had a really bad experience right out of the gate. And unfortunately, a lot of opportunities feel like that. You take a huge risk, and in the end, it was just something you wish you'd never gone through. We don't do that here because, again, remember, our free opportunities will give you proof of concept. Just listening to this podcast, just listening to the success stories, just consuming the free content from the book that I mentioned earlier, silentjim.com/free11. Just going through some of that is going to give you everything you need to get proof of concept, to get confidence. If you've got an extra couple $100 laying around, that's all you're going to need to start stepping through the process, including getting some inventory and testing out the ideas we teach here. But if you're ready to go further faster, let's go. We've got the best e-commerce coaching program in the world from my vantage point. Let me talk to you about it for just a moment. All of our coaches are students who succeeded wildly at the strategies that we teach here. And then they decided to turn around and give a little bit of their time each week to other sellers who are serious and committed and have margin in their life. They're ready to go further faster. They're ready to work with them and take them on that journey. That's our coaching program I mentioned earlier, silentjim.com/book a call. If you want to talk to us about coaching or any of our other programs for that matter, we'd love to help you make a good decision about which of our programs make the most sense to help you meet the income goals that you have for you, where you're at, how much time you have, and your schedule. How much time do you have to commit to this process? So at a minimum, we like to see people commit 10 to 15 hours or so per week to really get things going. If you have less than that, you're going to really be going pretty slow, and that's fine. Maybe the proven Amazon course is all you'll ever need. Go through the modules at your own pace. It's laid out beautifully. It's a library of content. Think of it kind of like Netflix. If you have ever had a Netflix subscription, you get in there and all the movies. Think of the movies that are maybe still in theaters that haven't been added yet. Well, they'll be added eventually, and you know that you can kind of go through at your own pace and watch the content that you need. And the nice thing about the Proven Amazon course is it gives you what you need when you need it. We believe in just-in-time delivery of education instead of just-in-case delivery. What's the difference between just-in-time and just-in-case? Well, just-in-time is giving you right what you need, right when you need it, to help you get to the next step of your growth in business. Just-in-case education, which we don't like, is teaching you a whole bunch of new things just in case someday you might need some of this information. We don't do that here. Again, we want you earning while you learn, taking baby steps in the right direction. You can go as fast as you want, but you're taking small steps in the right direction. Everything we do here is designed for that. So if you're new and you want to take some action steps and you really want to get serious, I've already given you one homework assignment. Listen to a bunch of podcast episodes. Maybe you've already done that. Here's what you do next. Sign up for the Proven Amazon course. If that's the direction you want to go, you're good at self-teaching and you're good at going through the content yourself. Maybe you were a great student in school, love studying, getting in, watching videos, taking notes, deploying the stuff on your own. Some people love to learn that way. If that's you, that's all you're going to need. If you want to go further faster, consider getting a coach, however. Now, when you sign up for the Proven Amazon course, one of the options you have is to get into a small group of other sellers who have recently signed up themselves, other newbies like you. We call these Kickstart groups. For one-time low cost, you can get in on a Kickstart group. Now, you have to be a Proven Amazon course student because we're going to reference material inside the Proven Amazon course library. We're going to do a tour of the library so you know you're familiar with the learning structure, what we do here. You can read up on Kickstart, however, at silentjim.com/Kickstart. That will tell you more about it. But in a nutshell, a Kickstart group is a group of somewhere between, let's say, 5 to 20 or so other new students who have recently joined. You're going to have the opportunity to join them on live sessions with one of our coaches who will walk you through those basic initial steps of getting started on Amazon. There's a lot of little boxes you have to check, maybe just one-time activities that you have to go through to get launched as an Amazon seller. And we find a lot of new sellers get snagged on those first few steps. We want to help you navigate those first few speed bumps so they don't feel like mountains you have to climb. They're really just little molehills once someone helps you through the process. We'd love to help you with that. So that's what Kickstart is. So your options are Proven Amazon course plus Kickstart. We highly recommend that. We have so many great success stories emerging from Kickstart students who follow that program. You're going to be building great relationships too in these live sessions with other new students who are going through the process at the exact same time you are. It's a great program. Or if you want to go further faster, get some one-on-one help from one of the great leaders on our team who's built a wildly successful business using the strategies we teach here. That's our coaching program. So that's some of the options you have, or just take your time. Listen to our podcast. Listen to some of the interviews, the success stories. Be encouraged and inspired by people who sound like you. Single mom, figuring it out, working a couple jobs, squeezing an extra 5 or 10 hours a week into e-commerce and building a nice business. We have homeschool families. We have retirees. We have college students, everything in between. We have a lot here to inspire and encourage you. We're so glad you're part of our community. So what I like to do on the weekend, we play this same thing every Saturday, or a version of it. I update it from time to time, is, hey, thanks for being a part of this community. Here's some of the basics of what we're all about. We're so glad that you've joined us. Enjoy the resources we have here. 2 last things I want to tell you about. One is most Mondays, we gather live on Zoom and answer any and all of your questions completely live. Sometimes it's me. Quite often it is. Usually it is. And there's a coach who joins me typically. And we answer any questions you have about any of our programs, about Amazon, Walmart, eBay, e-commerce in general, from a team that's very experienced and been doing this a very long time. So that's one thing I want to tell you about. Next thing I want to tell you about is we gather annually as a community, and it's the longest running annual gathering of Amazon sellers in the world that we know of. It's called TheProvenConference, and you can get details on our upcoming events at TheProvenConference.com. That website is 3 words, TheProvenConference.com. The last 3 days of May 2025 is our next event in Orlando, Florida, and we'd love to have you there. We had 750, 800 people there last time. It's a beautiful resort near SeaWorld in Orlando. Come join us. If you're brand new, we have all kinds of great content for you there. If you've been doing this a while, we'd love to have you there as well. Advanced sessions, of course, as well. We had 40 breakout sessions last year taught by the most experienced, knowledgeable, trustworthy, established experts in our community who have built beautiful businesses. Get to spend some time with an incredible community. We'd love for you to be a part of that. Circle those dates on your calendar, the 29th, 30th, and 31st of May, 2025 in Orlando, Florida. Come join us. Details at TheProvenConference.com. Well, hey, I'm going to let you go. I gave you some homework. You know how to contact us. We'll have more great episodes. Typically, we have a couple each week, great interviews, and we talk to the good people of this community who are out there doing it. And we'd love to have you on our show as a guest at some point in the future as well. A lot of people make that a goal. They want to be a success story guest. They want to build something, share their story, share their journey, and encourage and inspire all of us. We'd love for you to make that happen. We'd love to help make that happen. God bless you. Have a great rest of your weekend. If you're listening to this on a Saturday when it came out, we're so glad you're part of our community. We can't wait to hear from you. We'll have more great episodes for you very soon.
Thanks for listening to this great episode of Silent Sales Machine Radio. We have a very quick announcement that you don't want to miss right now.
Does anyone out there ever feel uncertain when choosing an ASIN to test? Like, it's ambiguous and you're not really sure?
Yeah, or like you have to stand on one leg on the second Tuesday of the first week of the month if the moon is in retrograde.
Right. And hold your mouth right. You got to remember to hold your mouth right. Then you might possibly
consider testing that ASIN someday, maybe.
Right. Sometimes Keepa seems overwhelming. Like it's got so many data points. What if I'm missing something? I'm afraid I'm missing something, so I don't want to pull the trigger. Right?
Yes. Well, we host a 2-day workshop that will demystify the process of building a predictable, scalable, and sustainable book of business on Amazon.
Yeah, it starts with a pre-flight inspection of a listing. So you can answer the question, should I go any further with this ASIN or do I need to move on?
If you get past that, we're going to show you how to apply 3 simple yes or no questions that will help you decide whether to pull the trigger or not. Yeah. Like, is this even a good ASIN to test?
Right. And if you do decide to test it, we'll help you implement a framework for a 4-week testing process. And this process is clear and methodical, and it'll tell you whether you should replenish that ASIN or not.
Now, in these 2 days, we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to practice how to apply these critical concepts together. It's intense, it's focused, and it's packed with frameworks, quizzes, and actionable information that really is going to stack the deck in your favor when finding your first 100 replenishable ASINs.
Or your next 100 replenishable ASINs.
Yes, I love it.
Yes. You're going to leave with a roadmap to create your foundational book of business over the next few months.
Our next workshop is May 27th and 28th in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, but seating is limited. It's an intimate setting, but you'll be able to ask all of your questions, plus you'll hear all the questions of the other attendees.
Yeah, this is fun, dynamic, educational. It's a great experience where you will get to meet and work with other people who are doing the same things that you are with similar goals. Mm-hmm. Imagine how you would feel when you get back home after the workshop and you're feeling transformed from unsure to certain, from cautious to confident, from overwhelmed to empowered.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to stand on one leg anymore and hold your mouth right. Just making sure, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So if you would like to feel that way, go to provenamazoncourse.com/100. That's provenamazoncourse.com/100. And we look forward to seeing you there because we're inspired by the accomplishments of others.
We're passionate about helping others reach their goals.
And we're committed to sharing the keys to success that have been shared with us.